Recording. Hello, everybody. Quick explanation. Wait, Bestie, we didn't even figure out when is this video going live?
I don't. Thursday, maybe? I don't know. I don't know what day we should record.
Yeah, so anyway, this video was supposed to be Monday's video, but then I decided I'm not waking up to my alarm Sunday. And then I came home from school and slept through the time we were supposed to make it. So we're making this at 10:50 p.m., so there is no way we're releasing this on Monday, aka today.
Anyway, sorry about that.
Yep.
Sorry, family thing.
Yeah. So, for this video, I have a bunch of notes. I'm holding up the notebook. Bestie can't see me, but I'm holding up the notebook I took notes in. On the most recent lore streams, well,
for the Dream SMP. If you didn't know, we're both really huge Dream SMP fans. We actually met as Dream SMP cosplayers at Comic-Con. Comic Expo, like, last September.
I was Dream.
I was Ghostbur.
I stabbed friend with my diamond sword.
Yes, and I cried. I don't know why I gave you blue, but I gave you blue.
Multiple times. Well, actually, the rest of the times I just kind of stole blue from you.
No, you didn't steal blue. You stole friend from me to proceed to stab friend multiple times.
You gave me blue. I kept stealing friend. I still have my blue. It's over there.
I've got my blue. I've got my yarn to make blue.
Hang on. I'm deactivating my camera real quick so I can grab the blue, and then I'll be right back.
Angela, I'm going to get an example.
I'm trying to get my headset back on. Okay. Activating my camera again. Alrighty. I've got the blue. And, excuse me. Unlike Gober, Thalia, I fixed some of the blue in the group so that way it wouldn't unravel. But it just fell on my keyboard. Blue. Actually, wasn't there a Technoblade cosplayer giving out potatoes that we're still talking to?
They're not active in the server much, but yeah, they're there.
What are you talking about? They're always active in the server.
Wait.
Swess.
Oh. Swess was the potato giving techno?
My earbud. What'd you say?
Swess was the potato giving techno?
Yeah, Swess was potato giving techno.
Because I know we had for a while it was teacher techno.
It's teacher techno, and then it was okay. First started the Discord server. I named them Potato Giving Technoblade, and then they got changed to Teacher Techno.
I still have my potato.
Yes, you do.
It's like growing something. I don't want to show it on.
It's spores. It's spores. If you ever decide to cook it, you're gonna have to cut those off. That was a joke. Please do not eat that. It will probably kill you.
I'm not eating it. I'm not eating it. I'm playing with my giant ball of blue.
Pog. Oh yeah, so I was thinking about this earlier today, and we're planning on eventually starting a vlog channel when we become roomies, because that's a plan we have. Before anybody freaks out when that happens, I wear glasses.
It's all a lie. No glasses Angelica is all a lie.
I have to wear glasses. I don't have contacts, I only have glasses, but the reason I never wear them in my videos is because I'm nearsighted, meaning I can see things close to me, but not far away. So, I can see the screen perfectly fine. I don't need my glasses to play, but when we're gonna be vlogging, I'm gonna need those so I can see 5 feet ahead of me. I'm nearsighted, but I can only see within 5 feet. Like, I'm looking at my closet right now, and it's kind of a blur.
I have a blue.
And also, no, I'm not a princess. I just like this crown. I'm very weird. I like wearing crowns. There we go. Okay, anyway, let's start playing and let's actually get into the video.
Yeah.
So we're obviously gonna start off with Eric's stream because that was first. He had a map for Michael that he gave to that he trusted Sam with. I'm disappointed in him.
Yeah, so if you weren't aware, like, before that, with the whole prison break, Sam killed Ranbu by threatening Michael, and we thought, yep. Oh, Sam doesn't have Michael, it's just a threat. No, it turns out in Eric's, one of Eric's war streams, that, Eric's lore stream on Friday, I believe, that, losing my train of thought. Michael was missing from the place Eric left him. Do not steal my wood.
Here you go.
Thank you. Anyway,
Did I mess you up?
Yeah, no, I'm just straight up losing my train of thought.
So Michael was missing from the spot Eric had set up to keep Michael safe from George and Sapnap, who wanted to kill him for whatever reason. I think George and Sapnap are a bunch of idiots. They want to kill a child. Like, they're not Technoblade. One, they're not Technoblade, and two, Michael's not an orphan, so leave him alone. Right?
Right. Sam had kidnapped, Michael, and Eric had made the decision, we're going to get Michael back tomorrow. I'm going to help Techno and Tubbo get Michael back.
And he also really wanted to kill Sam.
Oh, yeah.
And I quote from Eric, blood for the blood god.
Yeah. Eric actually had said blood for the blood god when...
Another quote from when he first got to Michael's room, checking if he was there. I guess this is what it feels like to be betrayed.
Mm-hmm.
Not really fun. He'd never been
on the receiving end. He'd never been on the receiving end, but...
Bestie, we gotta use the teleporter.
Anyway, he'd made the mistake of trusting Sam because Sam had ended up taking Michael from him. And then, really, all the stream had pretty much ended with Eric going to back to his throne and saying, "We need to prepare, and we are going to get Mike back tomorrow." Yeah, that's Eric's stream on Friday, and then next up we've got Technoblade on Saturday. Techno and Tubbo, actually, both of them ended up streaming on Saturday for rescuing Michael. And it starts out a little scuffed because Techno has to wait.
I'm stuck. Bestie, help. I'm stuck.
Where are you?
I'm stuck in the middle of the portal. Hang on, I need to disconnect and reconnect. Oh, yeah, and yes, I only have a few servers because I had to reset my whole computer. Everyone just saw. I only have a few servers. Okay, let's continue.
But it starts out with Techno preparing to go get Michael, and then, well, once he has everything he knows he needs, he goes to Snowchester to meet up with Tebo. If you hear someone talking in the background, that would be my mother. Sorry about that. And brain is frozen. Yeah. And I can't do notes because I'll stop paying attention to the stream. And they see the sign from and they see the sign left by Air originally when Sapnap and George tried to kill Michael. And it's like, well, Air had something to do with whatever happened to Michael, so they decide, you know what? Let's go beat Air up. And we actually, what the really nice part about the stream was we actually got some unpopular opinion. Techno is one of the worst characters because he is so flat. His character is so flat, and there's until Saturday. He actually did get some decent character development.
Finally, but, oh my gosh, yes.
Right.
Thalia had to tell me what a flat character was, because I didn't understand what she meant when she said Techno was flat at first. It's like, hey, oh, Siri, yeah, I agree.
Flat character. For those who don't know. A flat character. I don't know if you heard that.
Did not.
Alright, so basically a flat character is a two-dimensional character in that they are relatively uncomplicated and do not change throughout the course of the work. So far, we've seen, up until a recent lore stream, Techno just being violent and does not, really care about, unless, how do I explain this?
Basically, he doesn't care about anything unless it's involving with anarchy, usually. And then he turns around
and that's what drove me
Sam in prison.
Yeah, no, the thing that drove me insane was how hypocritical the Syndicate was.
Literally one of the co-founders of the Syndicate is the husband to a goddess. An angel to a goddess. So
very true. But we've got I'm all over the place today. But basically during their walk there, Techno apologizes to Tebo. And Tebo in turn apologizes to Techno, and they both admit they did wrong during the time of L'Manberg, Talktopia, and New L'Manberg. And Techno actually apologizes for Tebo's execution, saying, "I shouldn't have given in as easily as I did."
Because he's an anarchist, and that was helping the government.
Mm-hmm. But, it's like messing with my blue.
Your brother's messing with your blue?
Look at my camera.
I'm looking. I gotta look. Let me look.
I'm literally just messing with this, doing this.
You're not even playing the game. Yeah, we were gonna play Bed Wars, and then we did some practice rounds, and we almost won. We realized we were gonna just be yelling the whole time, and we weren't even gonna be focusing on this. On the goal of this video.
Right.
Let's talk about the fact that Sam's in prison, but he has multiple bodies, and he just doesn't just go to one of them.
I know, right? But we'll get to that in a bit.
Yeah.
But basically with Techno and Tubbo, they both go to Aerith's castle, and Tubbo's they on the way there they were talking about the five stages of grief, and Tubbo went really quick through denial. If you don't know the five stages of grief, it's denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance.
Okay, what's that quote that he said to Aerith before?
That's like, keep in mind, I think this is the quote, but I'm really, hold on, actually, someone actually quoted this in the server.
Yeah, and also we could literally just pull it up on our phones and play it.
Yeah, okay. So, okay, this is the quote. I'm going through the five stages of grief. On that note, where the fuck is my child? He said this to Aerith. And both of them were threatening to basically beat up Aerith, and Aerith was explaining to them, I trusted the wrong person. And I want to help you get Michael back. I'm just as angry as you guys, because I trusted the wrong person. I tried to save Michael, and I ended up trusting the wrong person in the end of his location.
He definitely
So, they end up Techno had apparently gotten books on certain people from Dream, and they go looking for Sam. And they end up going to Sam's little private island that he'd been staying on. And they sort of start yelling at Sam. They end up beating him up, and Tubbo, Techno, and Aerith manage to force Sam to drop all of his armor, his weapons, everything in his inventory except the clock in his inventory, which he called his watch. And they're just like, death would be too good for you. Death is too easy for you. You don't... So they decide to turn the tables a little bit. And they end up taking him back to the prison.
There was three of them and one of him. Of course he took off his armor.
Very true.
I would do the same thing.
But... Oh, then again, Aerith was threatening with withers.
Yeah, he literally started to build a wither. I was so proud of Aerith there.
I was too.
Our boy. But at the same time, if he built a wither, that would be really stupid, because, Michael?
Yeah.
But I was still proud of him. I was so proud. Oh my gosh. Yes, build withers.
So, I will say, a lot of people tend to use different pronouns for Aerith. I tend to use, he, him. I'll occasionally use they for Aerith. I've noticed a lot of people use he and her for Aerith's character, but if you didn't know, Aerith's character will use any pronouns. They don't have a gender, and they don't have a gender preference.
Okay, I did not know that. Thank you.
Yeah, actually, if you look on the wiki about Aerith's character, and Aerith in general doesn't necessarily care, the content creator. But, and that's why in some of the streams, like the Red Banquet, while Aerith normally wears like the suit and whatnot, like the king's outfit, during the Red Banquet, Aerith wore a dress and rocked it. On a side note, Aerith's hair looked really fluffy on his skin, and I loved it.
I just kept talking about how cute he is IRL. Sorry, I'm a simp.
Yes, you are a simp.
I'm a simp for almost all the characters. And it's not just the guy characters. Example, Puffy.
Puffy and Nikki are really pretty.
They are. They're so pretty.
Mm-hmm.
We need to stop before this just turns into me simping for characters, especially the villains, because then everyone's just going to be coming at us in the comments.
You are a dream simp. You are a dream simp.
I'm well aware. I'm well aware.
But anyway, they end up taking him to the prison, and essentially they take him to the prison, manage to get him to the main cell, and lock him up. They don't know the full technicals of the redstone, and it hadn't been fully fixed since from Dream's escape. So they get him in the cell, and then Sam just keeps asking, what time is it? And he keeps looking at the clock, and because he actually had this plan to get them trapped in the prison with him, because the warden key cards and like the guard key cards reset at midnight each night, and you can only get the new key card if you have the old one.
Mm-hmm.
And they were in the prison when the card reset, and they couldn't get the old one back. Eric had TNT on them.
Yeah, I don't think Sam thought about that. Got TNT.
Yeah, they ended up blowing up their way back. But unfortunately, the way the portals worked, Eric had to stay behind for a bit. But
he had his stasis. He had his stasis set up, so...
Yeah, Eric had their stasis set up in their fortress, and they got Techno and Tubbo out of the prison, and the two went to Eric's stasis pearl, and they activated, getting Eric out. They end up going back and rescuing Michael, and they end up taking him to Techno's place. Techno actually, because they had all made up in general, and it's like, Tubbo had sort of forgiven Eric for the final control room and everything. And Eric had obviously apologized, because he truly feels bad about what he did. I'm sorry about this. My brother's just being an idiot on the side.
Tell your brother I said to stop being a butthead and let you focus.
Anyway, they get Michael to Techno's place, and Techno actually does offer to let Tubbo stay in Ranboo's old place, because they aren't aware Ranboo came back as Ghost Boo, or Boo, as he prefer to be called. I'm still calling him Ghost Boo because it's easier in my opinion. But basically, go Bert. But basically, Ghost Boo was actually looking through the window and had come out when he saw Michael. While Tubbo, Techno, and Eric were really confused at first, Techno was like, I understood the message. We got your son back. I understood what you meant. And Ghost Boo's just like, thank you. He seemed sad, but also really happy at the same time. They end up getting Michael in the house and everything, in Ghost Boo's house, and things turn out sort of okay. And then that's pretty much, they end up calling themselves the Revengers. Their theme song is a song from Overwatch. I don't remember the name of the song. But that's basically where they end up making an alliance in which, it's like, if Techno needs help, Eric and Tubbo will come to his assistance. If Tubbo needs help, Techno will come to his assistance. If Eric needs help, Tubbo and Techno will come to Eric's assistance. But that's
thinking about that, that could mean Tubbo could very easily get them to help if Tommy needs help.
Right, because Tommy and Tubbo are still best friends.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's basically what happened in Techno and Tubbo's stream. I don't know if anything happened continuing on in Tubbo's stream, because we didn't watch Tubbo's, but we watched Techno's.
We watched Techno's, we thoroughly enjoyed Techno's, and I was cheering as they put Sam in prison. Though I may have also become a Sam simp pretty quickly.
And then, going on to Sam's stream later that day on Saturday, he streamed at 9:30 p.m. at least our time.
Mm-hmm.
And
I've got my notes here for that.
And basically in that stream, you know, you can pitch in. I'm basically explaining these streams myself.
I don't like cutting you off. I do it enough when we're just talking casually and not making a video, and I feel really bad about it. But
fine.
I can explain this one. I've got my notes.
Okay.
Well, Sam started off like just really depressed, sad. He got locked in his own trap. He got locked in his own trap, and then he started trying to break the wall. He's like, I know there's redstone behind this wall, so I can break this right here and get out. He gave up
behind him.
He gave up pretty quickly. Then, after a bit, he turned around and Dream was right behind him, and he was very confused as to why Dream was there.
Yeah, Dream basically had swam through the lava, and he was gonna be. It's hilarious because Techno had taunted Dream during Tommy's exile about not having a house.
Yeah, Dream still doesn't have a house. He lives in the prison.
It's literally canon that Dream doesn't have a house right now.
He lives in the prison.
But yeah, he's claimed the prison as his home right now. No, and
one of my notes still doesn't have a house.
Yes.
My favorite note. It's also the last note on this page. You're an idiot. The book Dream gave to Sam.
Yeah. So Dream had written a book, and it basically just says you're an idiot,
and gave it to Sam to taunt him. The entirety of his Dream being there, he just kept calling Sam an idiot and laughing at him.
Yeah, and the entire time he basically taunted him.
He called the cell Idiotville. Population 1. And then he wrote in Population 2 for now.
But yeah, pretty much the entirety of the stream is Dream and Sam going back and forth. Sam taunting Dream. And, not Sam. Dream taunting Sam, and Sam trying to convince Dream to let him out. And
begging
like, I'll help
Dream to free him.
Yeah, and then pretty much in the end, it goes with I'll give you a year in here. I'll give you a year in here, and after that year, I'll kill you. And the reason he's giving Sam a year is because it's basically you can try to escape within a year. I doubt you'll be able to do it, but you can try to escape. But basically, it's the way Sam it's now been is when I saw the stream is like, oh, how the turns have tabled. It's where Sam is the prisoner and Dream is essentially the warden of the prison.
Yeah, except Dream's not having someone come torture Sam like Sam did Dream.
Very true.
Dream's doing better than Sam so far. That sounds really cruel. Okay, let me quickly clarify this. I am a simp, I am a stan, I am not an apologist. I do not agree with the things Dream has done before anybody comes at me in the comments, and I wish people would stop inviting me to parties in this game. But Dream has yet to say he's going to torture Sam or have someone torture Sam. He's really just taunting him and trying to annoy the heck out of him.
Basically. And, yeah. That's basically what happened in that stream. It ends with Sam begging Dream to come back as Sam leaves the prison, saying, I'll find a way to get a new key card and all that. He's gonna try to take control of the prison, basically.
Yes, and I kind of want to see that happen. That would be very interesting. I'm sorry, I'm mean, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie.
And then there was also another lore stream yesterday from Sapnap. I didn't watch it, and I know Angelica didn't watch it either, because I just found out what happened in it.
Yeah, and like, today, whenever there's streams, I'm like, I will wait for you to watch it with you. I'm not gonna just watch it without my bestie.
I don't really watch Sapnap, but, I really should have watched it. I ended up reading some of the synopsis of the lore that happened. And to put it simply, if you know what this is, congratulations, and mention it in the comments if you do. The Death Note is canon in the Dream SMP.
Pretty much.
So Sapnap had started hunting Dream, basically, and he had gone around places in the server he thought Dream might be, and he ended up going to this, one of Dream's bases, that a base Dream had in the war, and he found a chest sitting on top of bedrock. Inside was what was called the Book of Death, basically. And essentially, according to the book, if you write the name of someone in it, that person will die and lose a life, but also the person who wrote their name in that book would die as well. And if you wrote all
I'm
three, if you wrote what?
I find this interesting. Dreams. So we know Schlatt started out with the revival book, and Dream has the Book of Death.
No.
Well, he had the Book of Death in one of his bases.
Well, the thing is, we're actually assuming it was left pretty recently. Actually, I'm assuming it was left actually pretty recently.
Question is, who left it there, and who were they wanting it to go to?
Good question.
It would look like they want Dream to have the book.
Right.
Because Dream's not going to do anything with it because he's only got one life anyway.
Right.
Unless he can revive himself with the knowledge he has from the revival book, which is actually something I think to be very possible. If he knows what he's doing, he could probably very easily revive himself. Which also just kind of ruins the point of him working so hard to stay alive, though. So maybe he can revive himself, and he's not really aware that he can revive himself. Bestie, right. Where did you go? You're not on the island.
I know. I ended up getting transported to the village. But basically in that stream, so Sapnap when he reads as I was saying, the Book of Death, if you write a name in it, the person whose name was written in it will die, but the person who also wrote that name will also die. And if you wrote the name of a person who only had like one life left, or wrote it 3 times, or 2 times, however many, that person would die permanently. There would be no limbo, no ghost, no nothing.
I don't like the sound of that.
Right. They'd just be gone forever.
But if I remember right, you told me it can't be used on the person who has the revival book, meaning Dream's gonna be perfectly fine.
Exactly. Though I'll get to something in a minute.
I'm kidding. He's the only one that seems to like Quackity.
I'll get to it in a moment. So Sapnap ends up writing down just a name that doesn't exist on the server. I don't remember what the name was. I think it was like Jonathan Stewart. And Dream XD suddenly appears. In the book, it had said, if you write the name of someone, a god will appear, and the person you wrote down will die. Dream XD ends up appearing after Sapnap wrote the name down, and it's like, I'm sure, Sapnap's just like, well, his name doesn't exist, so I'm fine. And Dream XD is just like, well, I'm sure there's a Jonathan Stewart somewhere. Then Sapnap asks if it works on pets. Dream XD is like, no. Sapnap writes down Michael's name. And it's like, Dream XD is just like, well, now you gotta die twice. You wrote down 2 names. I think Sapnap's trying to keep the system. And then, Sapnap basically tries to write down Dream's name, and then we learn that the Book of Death can't affect the person that owns the revival book. So, Dream won't die. And again, this is really, I'm talking about this really sketch because I didn't actually watch the lore, but, basically, Dream XD made this ultimatum where Sapnap would die and not have, like, a ghost or a limbo or anything, but Dream could die, but he'd have a ghost still. And then, Sapnap wasn't really having that. But again, I don't remember how the synopsis ended, but it was also a couple, like, ultimatums and whatnot. And in the end, they ended up talking about killing Foolish, and turns out the Book of Death would bypass Foolish's immortality and the fact that he's a demigod. He's technically a demigod, and it would kill him. It'd have him lose his lives. Oh, you left.
Yeah, I got kicked.
Oh. But yeah, that's all I really remember from Sapnap's apparent lore.
So wait, they're gonna kill Foolish.
Yeah, Sapnap, I believe Sapnap's planning to kill Foolish.
I don't like the sound of that. I'm just gonna say.
I know.
Foolish hasn't really done much of anything wrong that I know of.
Yeah.
Is it just because he's Dream's brother?
Well, technically, in canon, Puffy never really adopted Dream. That's the thing. In canon, Puffy never really adopted Dream. She ended up calling him her Duckling and her Dreamling when
he started following her all over the place.
Right, but it's never really canon that she adopted him. It just became an extremely fan favorite thing. However, Foolish, on the other hand, she did canonically adopt, as well as she adopted Michelle, which is a baby zombie piglin. Much like Michael.
I don't like the fact that it's not canon. I'm kidding. I'm not gonna try and force canon. Gosh, that was a bad joke I started to make, and I feel like I was about to make so many people mad.
Right.
Puffy needs to canonically adopt Dream, though. I'm kidding! If she wants, though.
She basically disowned him anyway. That's the funniest part. She basically disowned him when she found out he killed Tommy.
Yeah, so that means she did adopt him. If she can disown him, then she adopted him. Or maybe she just did that because the fandom wouldn't stop it.
I don't know, but yeah. But yeah, that's all a lot of it is like, I didn't know how to feel about a lot of the lore. And getting back on the fact that Sam has multiple bodies, I'm 90% sure content creator Sam forgot about the note about his own character, in which his canon Sam has multiple bodies around the server. We find this out during one of Boomer's streams. Again, I never watched the stream, but I looked over the synopsis of it. We end up finding out that Sam has multiple bodies through Boomer, that he can travel to at any time. Why Sam hasn't just switched to a different body yet and is panicking about being stuck in prison, I don't know. But it's something interesting that's like, Sam, you forgot your own character.
I honestly kind of love that bit, though. The fact that he forgot about that.
Mm-hmm. Some apple juice. Anyway, is there anything else we really need to talk about here?
I don't really know. I just bought a pickaxe and sold it back. Oops. I don't really know if we have anything else to talk about regarding this. I don't think so, considering we don't know.
Right. We'll just have to find out more from newer streams.
Yeah, we will continue to be watching streams and keeping up, and this will be a continuous series. It'll be the Let's Talk series, let's be honest. This video is Let's Talk Dream SMP, and there's gonna be Let's Talk multiple other subjects. This one's just Dream SMP specifically.
Mm-hmm.
But, also, we might also sometimes have one of our friends join us for a Let's Talk. You can even tell us in the comments who you think we should have join us.
Oh. Angelica, I found a thing. We can make a cobblestone generator.
How do we make it?
Water on one side.
Oh yeah, duh. We don't need that though. We've got a little minion to mine up cobblestone for us. And there's also a mine if you go to the hub, where you can collect all that stuff. It's been 40 minutes, so we're gonna call it here. We will, however, we're gonna probably keep working on the sky block because this is actually kind of really fun. And this will definitely be what we play usually when we do Let's Talk videos, so that we have like a pattern. There is a thumbnail for this video you've already seen. I worked hard on it very clearly. Honestly, I was just like, okay, this looks good. Here we go. I didn't put that much effort into it because I'm putting a lot of effort into the other thumbnails, like the Plague SMP thumbnail and the Stardew thumbnail. I'm putting a lot of effort into those more so. So those are obviously going to be a lot higher quality. This thumbnail is just like, this is just a talking commentary series. Doesn't need that big of a flashy thumbnail. Especially since I'm sure people are going to click on this just because Dream SMP.
Right.
Anyway, that is it for this video. We will see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Bye, heart, love.
Love. We love you guys. Bye.